Coming up in today's episode.
We've been kind of teasing it for a while, but we are going to revisit the mental load argument.
Hundreds of comments from mums like, that's our life. And I was like, stop lying. It's
No,
not.
but it is. Dean,
You're not mowing
Dean.
the lawn with a laptop on it, are you?
Why don't we build a society where work fits around parenting?
When you're off in the 6 weeks, you're so much more relaxed.
So much more
You
relaxed.
are so much more relaxed.
Yeah, because I can just focus on my schedule, my kids. But do you see it as helping me? Like, be honest.
Taking the load off you, yeah.
Yeah, but
I want to do it.
That's the shift we need to do. That's the shift we need to create, especially if both parents in the home are working, is you're not doing it to help me. You're doing it to help run your household, our household.
Welcome to the Fun Dad, Dean and Wife Unfiltered podcast. I am Dean.
And I'm Sara. And I'm also very nervous.
So am I.
Yep, so we made the promise last week. We've been kind of teasing it for a while, but we are going to revisit the mental load argument. Oh, why did I use the word argument? I really don't want this to be an argument.
We've already done that this morning.
Yeah, so...
When we were discussing this episode, you got a bit... Yeah.
I just don't think, as you being a man and a dad, and me being a woman and a mum, we're ever... Unless we can live a day in each other's shoes, I don't think we're ever going to agree.
Just got to understand each other.
I think, yeah.
I think understand what you're saying. I'm just not sure.
Well, I've gone a little bit further today, Dean, because I like to do my research and make sure that it's not just me, that I'm not just going to come on the podcast and rant about myself without, having some research to back me up. So, I've gone a little bit deeper today. And that's not a dig at you. This is about awareness and listening and understanding for one another. So if you're listening and mental load is an issue for you, whether you are a mum or a dad, let's just take a step back or you're the default parent, let's just take a step back and be a little bit empathetic.
I think both feel misunderstood. In ways. That's what I'm going to say there.
All right. Well, let me tell you then that a recent study found that mothers have roughly 67% more items on their mental to-do list than fathers. So for every 8 tasks a father has, a mother has 14.
What kind of tasks?
Well, just tasks.
Because every task has different weight to it.
There we go. The task and their weight.
Well, of course that matters. If one task is like hoovering the living room and the other task is, I don't know.
Exactly, you don't know.
Filing for bankruptcy. There's
For God's sake.
They're 2 tasks, but they're slightly different, aren't they?
Well, let's delve into that a little bit then, Dean. So specifically, I think what we're talking about here is, I think we as a family dynamic, so in recent years, I have worked full time when we've had kids, and I'm now part time. So that is Monday to Wednesday. All right. But I do also, as a teacher, there are things that I have to do on my days off as well. There aren't enough hours in the school day to get everything done.
Yeah, it's not just part time. I fully accept that.
Yeah.
I agree.
So obviously, working parents out there, I want you to think, if you are a working mum, which a lot of us mums are now these days, the responsibilities of the household and the children, are they evenly distributed in your house?
They should be if you both work full time.
Okay, well,
I
let
would
me go into my
100%
statistic.
agree with that.
So working mums, in a survey of working parents, around 74% of working mothers say they carry the mental load of parenting. Okay?
Right.
But
and they both work full time.
It says working mums.
Okay.
But regardless, Dean, it's still a job. They still have that as well. Okay? 86% of working mums say they handle all or most of the family and household responsibilities. 86%. How are we living in a world, in a society, where now mums are expected to work like they don't have children and have children as if they don't work?
Yeah. I think if you're both working full time, that's a mismatch.
So do you think, would you put me in that 86%? So 86% of working mums say they handle all or most of the family and household responsibilities. Am I in that 86%?
Do I have a choice of what I answer?
No, I don't. I'm
No,
asking
yeah,
you.
there
You
you
can
go.
argue back. Go on. Am I in that 86%? What do you think?
Yeah.
My mum's going to tell me I'm aggressive to Dean again.
No, I
in the
do. I
podcast.
do think you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Counter argument?
Yeah, love to hear it.
But we don't both work full time.
No, but I work a lot. If you do my hours, I leave at
No, I get-
7 and I get back at 6. So my work, you don't start work till 9:30. So already on my working days, I've got 2.5 more hours on you.
Okay. If this is a competition.
It's not a competition. I'm just
Okay, let me say. So
right.
I have a full time job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also obviously run what we're doing here.
Yeah.
A business, pretty much now, isn't it?
Okay.
Second business. So I haven't got that much time, as much time for all the housework, but I still do a lot of the housework stuff. It's not like I don't do anything. I'm not one of these dads who's come home from work and go, right, stick my feet up. Fucking,
No, and dads are doing a much better
dinner?
job.
Like, where's dinner?
God's sake.
I'm not one of them. Like, I do the school runs. I do all the stuff in the morning, 3 days a week as well. I help you with the housework. You do more than me in the house. I am going to fully accept that.
And I think even if you're in a dynamic and you're listening and maybe you're thinking, oh, well, yeah, my wife works part-time, so I just let her do everything in the house. Sometimes just a little bit of acknowledgement, like the lists that I have going on in my brain, and I know they're not necessarily like things that if they don't happen, it'll be the end of the world, but that constant nagging in my brain, that constant thinking and not being able to switch off does take its toll.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, something needs to be done to help mothers. So,
what are some of those things? Like, name like a normal day in like what you would worry about in the house to give me some kind of perspective.
It's just those constant little things. Like, I wake up in the morning and it's like, right, okay, what's going on in the kids' school today? Check this kids' WhatsApp groups. What have they got stuff for their packed lunches? What do I need to buy later on? Oh, Ruby needs a haircut. Oh, I must cut her toenails. Oh, cut her toenails. That's great.
I thought that the other day actually.
Oh, there you go. But did you do it? Have you ever cut their toenails? No.
Sara will do that.
What needs washing? Do you know what else is a mental load job that doesn't get enough advertisement out there? Is the kids' wardrobes. Constantly having to think, what have they grown out of? What do they need? Like, what needs to go up in the loft?
I do not
what
think
needs to
about
come down
any of
from
that. I've got to be honest.
Like,
I don't think
none
about
of
any of the
that.
clothing stuff. I don't. I just
Like,
go in there. I do get them dressed, obviously, but
None
I don't
of
go in
that.
there and think, what
like,
they need.
Oh, at the weekend, who's got the kids' parties? What do they need for dancing? Oh, I need to respond to that email. I need to pay for swimming. Like, this is the kind of thing, like just today, these are already the kind of things that I've constantly thinking about. And I also have the mental load of my job. Just because I'm part-time doesn't mean the mental load is any less. I still think about I'm still responsible for all the adults and children that I'm responsible for on my days off
Each
as
job
well.
comes with different pressures, no doubt.
Yeah. So
how you quantify that, I don't know. But
so I think there's just so much and I'm not going to dig you out here.
I'm
not. No, I'm not. But just thinking about these things, Dean. So, for example, the other day, my mum was having the kids. We was going out, and I wanted to wash the sheets because my mum was going to be staying in our bed, right? And I needed Dean to turn the tumble dryer on.
Yeah.
What happened?
Didn't turn it on. I couldn't.
You didn't know how to work it.
You're going to make me sound so useless.
No, I'm not. You're not useless, and I don't want people to think you are useless because I actually
I've just never used a tumble dryer for sheets. That's not what I do in the house.
But then I do it for the sheets, the towels, the boxers,
How often do we use a tumble dryer?
I use it about 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that there's a lot that women do, and I know it's not, life or death situations, but there's a lot on our mind, and it's not life or death, but you don't want to let your kids down, and now the pressures on the parents, us, is immense. There's so much to think about and do. I don't know.
My main worries are like financially driven. They're the things that cloud my mind the most. Like keeping this going, all that stuff, my job. Obviously, I am the main provider of our household, of course. And there's a lot of pressure to that, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of individual jobs within that. Like even stuff like running this podcast, there's lots of individual tasks that you have to think about during the day.
Yeah.
If you're both working full time, you're both putting a shift in with kids, you have both got a lot going through your mind all the time. I'm not waking up every day thinking la 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 la.
No, I know you're not.
What I mean?
I'm not saying
a lot of dads
you
get
are.
perceived by that just because they're not doing the washing. We do a lot more.
No,
I know
stuff. That, and it's not. I'm not saying like that you are uniquely terrible. What I'm saying is there is a recognised pattern in society that, you know, when I say that I'm doing 80% of the kids' admin and the house admin and everything that needs to be done, I'm not saying that you're useless. I'm just saying that
so much to do.
Thinking part of parenting, and there's been so much in my head, is sometimes hard to deal with.
Yeah, my idea would be you not to work. I think I'd love, I think for our house and our life, you not working. Would you do that? Would you like to do that? What?
I really enjoy my job, and I think I wanted to be a teacher. You know those people that don't know what they want to be?
Yeah.
Or you know when you were like in primary school and you get asked, what do you want to be when you've grown up? Ever since I can remember, I was always saying, I want to be a teacher when I grow up. I want to be a teacher when I grow up. So for me, it was kind of living out my childhood dream. But now that I have 2 children and I am experiencing the pressures of everything and just, you know, that constant feeling of stress and being on edge, then if I had to choose between being financially stable, like just say you took money out of the equation and we could be financially stable, I would definitely choose to raise my kids instead.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But I can't. So, yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please do. So then I don't have to work. But I think it's not about us arguing back. This isn't like a personal attack. It's more about we just kind of slide into these gender roles or these roles within parenting because our culture expects mums to kind of be the project managers, I think, of the home. I feel that society, there is just this shift in society that kind of like, and then people like will say to you, oh, isn't he good? Isn't he good because he does this? Like, isn't he good because he does this?
I get embarrassed when people say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm a dad. I should be doing some of this stuff, or a lot of this stuff. I get embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
Babysitting your own kids is another one, isn't it? When the dad's mum goes out and the dad stays in, looks after the kids.
He's like, I'm babysitting.
I used to make a joke about that, but I never thought it. It was
No.
fucking ridiculous.
So I think what I wanted to bring into this mental load argument that...
It's not an argument, it's a discussion.
Mental load discussion, is that so the governments, for example, their way of helping and sorting this out is the government keep offering more childcare, right? So for those parents that like genuinely, I think it's a double-edged sword, in my opinion. So, you know, more breakfast clubs, more wraparound care at schools, you know, childcare vouchers for working parents, all that kind of thing. That's just making parents spend less time with their kids.
Less time with their kids and just more hours at work.
And more time earning money for the economy.
Whereas we want mums and dads spending more time with their kids, don't we? But there's no real support for that.
I think it's just putting a plaster over the bigger problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll start, and then, you know, we'll start giving all this extra breakfast clubs and all this extra stuff. Well, do you know what? I want more time with my kids. I want them at home, eating breakfast with me and my family, not rushing them to a breakfast club for 7:30 a.m. so that I can go and work.
Like 2 generations ago, the dad went to work, could gather like an okay job, couldn't they?
Yeah.
And the mum could stay at home, raise the kids. Sound old-fashioned now. But did it work better? Did that work better than having both parents slogging it at work, struggling to look after the kids, trying to do everything, and no time for each other? Like, we went out on Wednesday, didn't we? Just me and you.
Yeah.
When did we last do that?
I know.
And how good was it?
But I'm not saying that childcare is wrong.
No,
I'm not saying that, because there is a place for it and a lot of parents need it, and also we're obviously still together, but there's a lot of people out there that are raising their children single-handedly, and they're single parents, so they obviously will rely on that childcare even more. So I'm not saying it's wrong, but the only solution that the government having shouldn't be more childcare. I'm not anti-childcare.
What other solutions would
I'm not anti-childcare. I'm just pro supporting a parent's desire to actually raise their own kids.
And how do we do that?
Well, I don't have the bloody answer, do I? I don't have the answer.
The problem is inflation's gone up so much. We're getting too deep into it without salary. So you both normally have to work now. Unless you've got someone proper breadwinner. But
then I know people at work who've come back to work and their childcare costs are like 80% of their wage.
There's almost no point.
There's no point. That's not helping parents.
We didn't fully raise...
Didn't raise Daisy, our eldest, when she was younger. I went back to work full time when she was 7 months old.
And do you feel some guilt about that?
Absolutely. Feel so guilty about it. But then I also think if I wasn't working, I might get shamed for that as well. Because you hear, you're just a stay-at-home mum. Don't say just before that comment. Thank you very much. We're raising the future generation here.
And it's much harder to raise toddlers at home, I'm going to say that. Staying at home with toddlers at home is much harder than going into work. Well,
but don't you think, they're talking now a lot in the media and a lot, within schools, and just parents are having those conversations about how children aren't as respectful as they used to be. Children aren't as well behaved as they used to be. And there's all these problems coming forward about children. Maybe that's because they're not being raised by their parents
consistently.
They're not being raised. They're being raised by, let's be honest. Look at the breakfast club incentives, right, in school. So a breakfast club need to. So the government is saying right now all schools need to offer breakfast clubs for children. What kind of person wants a job where they have to work 7 till 8:30 or 7 till 9 in the morning? Who wants to get out of bed for an hour and a half to go into school and do a breakfast club for kids? What kind of people are we going to be getting going for those roles? That's not a full-time job. It's not lots of hours. It's certainly not lots of money. Who are we going to get for those roles? And then the breakfast clubs, it's all very well for the government to say schools need to offer these breakfast clubs, but the funding needs to come with it. What are these kids eating at these breakfast clubs? White bread, crumpets, and probably cereal, sugary cereal.
How many people at the breakfast clubs do you go into schools?
I don't know. It depends on the school.
Roughly.
How many people? Absolutely no idea, Dean.
Is it a couple? Is it?
I have no idea. It will change school to school, won't it?
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they're brilliant for parents that need to access them. But I'm pretty sure if you ask most parents, would you rather your child had breakfast at school, at breakfast club, or would you rather your child had breakfast at home with you, with that family connection? What would they choose?
Yeah, of course, at home. We don't have to do that, luckily, because I get to start later.
Yeah.
If I had to start at, say I worked up London and I started at 8:30, I couldn't do that either.
Our kids would be in breakfast club.
You leave at 7, don't you, pretty much? But I start 9:30. So 9:30 till 6 I get to do. So it's perfect for us, isn't it? Because I get to do the mornings.
And don't get me wrong, this isn't demonising breakfast clubs. I know that for some families or some parents, they're a complete lifeline and facilitates them so they can keep their jobs. I'm not demonising breakfast clubs. I'm just saying that I've got a desire to parent my children myself. And I feel like all this offer of childcare vouchers and breakfast clubs and wraparound care and all of that is just...
It's diminishing that. It's creating the wrong problem.
That's great, but we've built a society where parents have to fit their parenting around work. Why don't we build a society where work fits around parenting? Because at the end of the day, we're the ones raising the future of this country. And I'd rather do that myself. And I think children would be a lot better off if parents could raise them themselves.
Like 2 generations ago.
Yeah.
When we kind of had it right, didn't we?
Ooh, I don't know if we had it right or not, Dean.
Well, according to this,
I can only talk about you know, how I'm feeling as a
my
parent
mum and dad
now.
both worked as well. Really, like both worked full time. That was.
But you still spent a lot of time with them, didn't you?
Yeah, after school and stuff. But they both. Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, I did. But they could do the mornings. Yeah, they did the mornings.
But
and
the
stuff.
truth is, many parents, if they could afford to have one parent at home or work fewer hours and adjust their schedules to be around their kids, many would. But financially, it's impossible.
And the mental load would be lower. Much, 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 much lower.
Yeah, because also the mental load associated with the fact that I'm working and having to make those arrangements for who's picking up who when and who's giving a lift there and telling the person who's looking after them, right, well, this is what they're going to eat, this is where their clothes are, this is what club they have to be at then.
When you're off in the 6 weeks, you're so much more relaxed.
So much more
You
relaxed.
are so much more relaxed.
Yeah, because I can just focus on my schedule, my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what causes most of the stress. You've got like too much going in your hard drive in your brain. There's too much going on. That's what causes so much stress. So we need to find a way to reduce for mums and dads, don't we?
Yeah, and giving parents more of an opportunity to raise their own children and instill the values in their children that they want to instill, and creating resilient, kind, nurtured little humans. I don't believe that me dragging my kid out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, dropping them off at a breakfast club, leaving them at school all day, and then maybe them after school going to another wraparound club.
You've just got
and then picking them up at 6 o'clock isn't
You've just got less
the way I
control
want to do.
how they're raised, haven't you?
I don't know this person's values. I don't know if they're making them say please and thank you. I don't know if there's a conflict between two children at the club or at the childminder or wherever they might be. I don't know if they're going to resolve that the way in which I would want them to resolve that. They might not have the same values as me. And also, that's quite confusing for the child.
Especially when they're younger. When they're like younger, when they're sort of like 4, 5, 6, maybe a bit older, done your work on them, I guess. You brought them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they're like 3, 4, and 5 getting handed around, that is quite confusing. That's what we had, didn't we? Different childminders, my mum, your mum, the childminder. We had help.
I remember when Daisy was little, sometimes there was the odd time where she was about 8 months old and I had to message your mates. Like, not that I'm diminishing your mates, I love your mates. But, you know, as a young mum, I was 26, 27 years old, I was messaging your mates to look after our toddler because I was so desperate. And it's not like teaching, you can just ring up and be like, oh, by the way, I've got to take a day off today. Because back then, if I'm honest, Dean, when we just had Daisy, before you became such a more reflective and lovely human that you are now, but when we just had Daisy, it would never have even crossed your mind, your remit, to take a day off work when she was ill. Back then. Everything fell on me.
Yeah, that would annoy me. That did annoy me. I wasn't very good at the start, I've got to be honest. I was learning. I know you're learning, but I didn't take to it as naturally as you. Not at the start.
No.
I was like, fucking hell, like, just get me to work. Just get me to work. This is way easier. But like you just learn as you go. And now we've got 2 kids, and now I do think about that stuff more. Yeah. Not all of it. Like, I don't naturally think of all of it. Their clothes and all this kind of stuff, because you do that. You know what I mean?
There just is a lot, and I think if you're listening and, you know, you might be a dad and thinking, oh, shut up, Sara, then that's not the point of this podcast. The point of it is just to be a little bit more reflective. So just think about your partner. Like, I often think about you with the, you know, I have a bigger amount of stresses, and cutting the kids' nails and rotating their wardrobes aren't life or death situations, but they're in my head.
Yeah.
But I do agree that the weight of some of what you have is bigger. I do. If you lost your job, your main job, we'd lose our house. Like, But
you never say that to me. Oh, thank you, Dean, for like working so hard and building this up and all this stuff.
I do say thank you, especially when I get money sent my way.
You don't? I don't feel that.
Okay, well, would you like me to be more
that'd be so good. I think gratitude is both ways is what's needed.
Yeah.
Me coming out and go, oh, thank you for doing that, or I don't do enough of that either. I think that stuff is
I think
important.
we just get so swept up. And
then we get frustrated with each other. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, like, I'm trying so hard here at work with this and all this at home. And I'm still not doing enough. And you think, there's no more hours I can do this. And you sit down at 9 o'clock and you feel guilty for watching telly for an hour. And you're like, Jesus Christ, is this what life has become?
You made a funny video the other day, though. And it was the one where you made a video and it said something like...
Well, my videos are funny now. Bloody hell, you are being nice. Jesus Christ.
No, but you made a video, but it made me laugh because it was you working from home, and you put how my wife expects me to work from home, and and then you had your AirPods in and you were doing like the washing up on a call and like cleaning the bathroom
on my
and stuff
laptop.
like that. But a bit of me was like, yeah, that
hundreds of comments from mums like, that's our life. And I was like, stop lying. It
is.
You're not mowing the lawn with a laptop on it, are you?
No, but mowing the lawn. That is.
I was mowing the lawn with a laptop on the lawn mower.
But what I mean is I don't, and I know Dean is really good if he's working from home to be like, I am working from home, and you have that tunnel vision because you work. I think you're so grateful as well that you are able to work from home, that it makes Dean work.
I don't want to take the piss.
Yeah. So. But what I'm saying is, so I don't understand how you can sit there with your laptop in front of you with like a wash sitting outside the machine and washing up on the side and like...
Because I'll do that later.
I just don't get...
I'll do that later in one go.
There.
I focus on one thing at a time, and you should do. Not partial focus. It fucks your brain up.
I'm impressed that you can work like that, but I couldn't do it. Like if I had to sit there with a laptop... I would have to get all the little jobs done in the house first and then sit, and then I'd be able to relax and I'd be like, right, I can get on with this now.
I do that a bit.
I don't get it.
I do tidy up a bit before I start. I'm not sitting there in like a pit, walking around like there's crisp packets all around my feet.
There's a few occasions it's been known I get in from work on a Monday and the breakfast stuff is still out. No. I don't know how you do that.
No.
Fucking hell.
Not having that.
I'm going to prove it.
I am not fucking having that.
I'm going to prove it.
I wash up on a Monday.
Oh.
Of multiple...
There we go. Hold on, everyone. He washes up on a Monday.
Multiple times. I do breakfast for the kids.
This wasn't getting in tit for tat.
Lunch for myself.
This wasn't
dinner for the kids. Dinner for myself. Wash all that up. Hoover. Some clothes away. Put a wash on.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I did last Monday. I try and help out with washes. Help out, I know,
There we go. See, but that's you. You overthink that now. Slip of the tongue. But that
I put a lot of the clothes away.
But do you see that as helping me? Is that genuinely how you see it?
Yeah, that is a bad way of putting it. I'm sorry. That is a bad way of putting it.
No, but you also say that. Like, but do you see it as helping me? Like, be honest.
Taking the load off you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I want to do it.
That's the shift we need to do. That's the shift we need to create, especially if both parents in the home are working, is you're not doing it to help me. You're doing it to help run your household, our household.
It's a good mental shift.
That's why you're doing it. I think if we can start to shift our mental, our opinions on this and the way in which we think, you're not doing it for me. Or you're doing it because this is our family unit and this is our home.
But I would leave the washing up there for a day. I would leave that there.
Yeah, I know.
So I am doing it for you. When I'm on my own, I would leave that there for a day and just do it the next day. And I'm like, I'm fine with that.
I'm not fine with that. See,
So I am doing it for you at that. So I am doing it for you at that point, aren't I? Because I don't mind.
Lying in bed at night, being like,
oh
my god, the washing up hasn't been done.
Couple of bits of clothes on the floor. I'm all right with that, but you're not. So I do it for you. You know what I mean? So that I do a bit.
Yeah. No, I know. I know. But wouldn't it just, I don't know, for us, wouldn't it be...
Like clean the toilet before people come round?
Yes, of course. Standard procedure. Clean the toilet every day.
Like varnishing it and stuff.
No, I'm not varnishing the toilet.
Can you lick the toilet test? And I'm like, I'm doing it for you at this point because I don't give a shit that much. There's a bit of dust on there. Like, it's fine. It's only my mum coming round. We're sitting having a shit being like, I can't sit on this. There's a bit of dust underneath, is she?
Not dusting, it's shit stains in the toilet pan. Fucking hell.
Oh, I clean them off. Don't need clumps of poo on
there. Oh my God, disgusting. Maracas, shut the fuck up now. Code word has been dropped. Gross.
I normally get that off when I'm having a wee.
Stop it.
Everyone does that. They aim for it, don't they? Do you do that? I know you can't do
I have no words. Maracas has been spoken. Maracas means the code word, shut the fuck up now, stop talking. Anyway, so when we come to our part this week of You Be the Judge, I really want parents to reach out, contact us, use the Spotify. I think Dean's going to put a poll on there. I can't say that word.
A poll.
Poll? Is it poll? Poll? I don't know.
Poll.
A poll. Yeah, sorry. I find that word
she's
really...
50% Welsh. She's a dodgy accent.
Anyway. A poll.
Curtains, you say, for curtains, didn't you? Curtains.
Okay, let's not dig me out for the words I can't pronounce. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now because you're digging me out.
The poll.
So we would like to know, if you are a working parent, would you rather have more childcare benefits, or would you rather have the opportunity to work less and be more present with your kids? And that's not a question that's one-sided. Yeah, exactly. So for somebody like you, if
7 days a week, get me in 7 days a week, overtime.
Dean, I'm not bashing working parents at all. There are some parents out there.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying I'd rather work.
You're taking the piss now.
I'd rather work than be home with my kids. It's much easier.
I don't think you would. I think if I wasn't around, you would want more time to do clubs in the week.
Yeah, no, I love all that. I do love all that. Watch them swim.
Because as a working parent as well.
I wanted to go swimming yesterday, didn't I? I love that.
Yeah, you
can't.
Because our swimming lessons are at 5:30. He works till 6. So there are things that you miss out on.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the poll. Would you rather have more support for childcare? And that's okay if you do. Because for some parents, that level, I need the childcare.
To work at all, yeah.
Yeah. Or would you rather be able to not work? I'm really curious because obviously I've got a one-sided view for this. I think I've made it quite clear throughout this general tones of the podcast that I would rather not work. But has that always been the case for me? I don't know. Because I really enjoy my career in teaching. Maybe that's the place I am in now. Maybe when they're both in secondary school, I'll want to go back to work.
Yeah.
So I'm just really curious to know, do you really appreciate and value the breakfast clubs and the extra funding for nurseries or wraparound care and things like that? Or would you rather get more support to work less and be more
That'd be monetary support, though, wouldn't it? That'd be like given money from the government in some way or something like that.
Or just, you know,
more help.
Employers being more flexible with the hours that they offer.
Yeah.
You know?
Some jobs aren't flexible, though, are they? But they can be, I guess.
Just think about how many, I think, professional, educated women there are probably out there who aren't currently working because they want to do the morning routine with their children. They want to be, you know, around after school doing those, you know, club drop-off and pick-ups, doing the play dates, doing all that kind of thing. But actually, in the hours between 9 and 3, maybe they do want to take on a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe they do want something for themselves. But there aren't enough jobs out there that are 9 till 3 or 10 till 2 or whatever. And employers could be missing out on potentially really great people within their business and within their companies, because I'm telling you now, there are mums out there that are so organised, that have all the skills of a project manager, all the skills to be an organised, excellent employee, but employers are missing out because they're putting up their roles 9 till 5. Why does it have to be 9 till 5?
Good point.
You know?
Plenty of mums start side gigs now, don't they? They can do it the side at home. A lot of that going on.
100%.
You know, social media.
Especially with the advances in technology, you haven't got to necessarily physically go somewhere. And for me, if I was offered a job, say if I wasn't teaching, and I wanted to still have something for myself and still have, I don't know, some kind of job, somebody offered me 9 till 2 to do a job, I'd be so grateful and happy that those hours that they've thought and done it flexibly, I'd probably work 10 times harder because I'd be just so grateful that I was in this situation.
Any employers out there, 9 till 2, get in touch. Leave a comment.
Would you hire me?
Not sure after listening to this. Too much mental load going on. God.
Anyway, but do you think we covered mental load okay there?
In a diplomatic way.
Is there anything else you want to add? Because I feel like you've been quite quiet.
Just listening to you. I mean, you know my points on mental load. Well, everyone knows my points on mental load. I feel like...
Summarise them then.
Mums have more at home, obviously a little task, but dads are more financially responsible in most cases, and I think that's a massive burden for dads. Financial thing. I know you don't like bringing in money, but I think financially it's a massive strain. For me, it is especially, and yeah, that's my final point on it.
Okay. Right, well, we look forward to hearing from you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.